McClellan threw out the first pitch, and Rosie was a gold medal winner for Canada in the trampoline at London 2012. Threw out the first pitch to Ricky Romero, and Romero asked to see that beautiful gold medal. The only gold medal that Canada would bring home from London in 2012, and Rosie McClellan had it, and Ricky was going to take it for a minute. But congratulations, Rosie. Job well done. Take a look at the lineup for the Texas Rangers. Ron Washington's Rangers have a 6-game lead in the American League West. That's tied with the Yankees' lead over the Orioles and Tampa Bay. Washington's team, 2-time World Series ball club, want to get another trip back to the World Series. Ian Kinsler, top of the order. Elvis Andrews, the shortstop, batting .298. Josh Hamilton has picked it up after falling off dramatically in July. Adrian Beltre's the DH. Beltre this season against the Blue Jays has absolutely worn them out. 9 for 20, 2 doubles, a home run. He's driven in 5. He's dealing with a little bit of a hamstring issue, so he's the DH tonight. Former Blue Jay Michael Young's at first. David Murphy, Gio Soto, Craig Gentry, and rookie Mike Holt at third base, starting for the Texas Rangers.
And for the Blue Jays on the hill, starting pitcher Jay Happ, 29-year-old veteran, makes his 93rd career start, 8-10 on his season, 5.04 the ERA. In his 7th game now with the Blue Jays, 3rd as a starter, where he's 1-1 with Toronto, 6.35 the ERA, allowing 8 earned runs in 10 innings of his 2 previous starts. He's allowed 19 home runs in 121 innings. Behind Happ tonight, defensively for the Blue Jays, in the outfield, starting left to right, Rajay Davis, Anthony Gose, and Moises Sierra. In the infield, Vizquel, Escobar, Johnston, Cooper, Mathis behind the plate. And we feature Kelly Jansen tonight, 30-year-old Texan, involved in 76 double plays this year. That's tied for the most among American League second basemen.
So we are set for play. First game of 3. This will wrap up the 10-game homestand for the Blue Jays. Jay Happ set to work to Ian Kinsler. Here's the first pitch of the game. Down all the way back to the screen. Kinsler batting .268 for the season. 32 doubles and 13 homers. There's a fastball just off the plate. Tim Cheetah behind the plate. Three 3-0. Happ falls behind. Jay Happ making his 2nd career start against Texas. The last time he faced him was back in 2011 when he was pitching for Houston during interleague play. There's a strike. Happ was roughed up by the Rangers. He lasted just 2 2/3. Gave up 8 hits, 7 runs, 5 earned runs. Texas hit him hard. There's a good high fastball, and Happ is right back into the count, 3-2.
Even at just 90 miles an hour, Happ has that kind of riding fastball that'll get right over the bats.
Another fastball. He bounces back from a 3-0 count and strikes out Ian Kinsler.
And now time for our scouting report, brought to you by Home Hardware. Homeowners helping homeowners. For Jay Happ, he loves to cut and run the fastball both sides of the plate, willing to pitch in. Also likes to challenge with 4-seamers up in the strike zone. We've seen that on 3 straight. Has confidence in the change and slider to both sides as well.
Elvis Andrews, shortstop, steps in. There's a strike, and all of a sudden Jay Happ has zeroed in on the strike zone. .298 average for the Rangers shortstop. Bouncing ball. Yunel Escobar takes his time and uses that strong arm to throw out Andrews. 2 down.
Love watching that kind of footwork by an infielder. Escobar doesn't try to throw on the run, realizes he has time, and sets his feet very well. He's been a solid shortstop on the routine play again this year.
Well, now they will switch positions as Escobar comes over near third, take the bunt away from Josh Hamilton. Rest of the 3 infielders dramatically playing to pull. Josh Hamilton. Hamilton looks at a breaking ball down and away. Hamilton had a pair of home runs on Wednesday against the Yankees. He's gone 4 for 8 in his last 2 games with 2 doubles and 2 homers. How about that positioning? Escobar acted as if he knew it was coming, standing right there at shortstop. Jay Happ, after falling behind 3-0, needs just 10 pitches to retire the Rangers in order. A strikeout, a ground out, and a line out. So far on this 10-game homestand. Top of the order, Rajay Davis has been swinging a hot bat. Kelly Jansen moves up into the 2 spot. Edwin Encarnacion is the DH tonight. David Cooper, Yunel Escobar, middle of the order. Moises Sierra has had a good homestand with a couple of home runs. Omar Vizquel starts at third. Mathis is the catcher, and Anthony Gose in center.
On the mound for these Texas Rangers, right-hander Yu Darvish, 26 years of age, and in his first year now with the Rangers, 12-8 on the season, 4.54 the ERA in August. That ERA at 7.85. He's just 4-6 on the road. Right-hand hitters have had a tough time against him, and he's allowed the most walks in the American League. Behind Darvish tonight, it will go thusly in the outfield, left to right, Hamilton, Gentry, and Murphy. And Gentry's had a fine year. On the infield, Old at third, Andrews, Kinsler, and Young. Behind the plate, Soto, and of course Darvish on the hill. And we feature tonight Elvis Andrus, 23-year-old Venezuelan, has committed just 11 errors after being charged with 25 a year ago.
Rajay Davis starts things off for the Blue Jays. He's had a good homestand, as we mentioned. 8 for 30 on the homestand. The cutter catches the inside corner. Davis has 20 doubles and 6 home runs. The last 10 games, just .231 average. There's that big, slow breaking ball. Darvish has really kind of made some adjustments lately, but he's used an awful lot of breaking balls. The Blue Jays saw him early in the season on the 30th of April. He beat them for his 4th straight win. Mike Oak, the rookie at third base, makes the nice play. Takes the hit away from Rajay Davis. Oak making just his 2nd start at third.
Rajay in a bid for another double possibility. He has been a doubles machine. He's been a hitting machine of late. Makes a fine play to get him.
23-year-old Mike Oak just called up from Double-A. Has played some first base. He's played in the outfield and now makes his 2nd start at third base. Kelly Jansen moves up in the order. Jansen hit 7th in last night's game. Shows bunt and pulls the bat back. Inside. They talk about Darvish making his 23rd start. He turned 26 yesterday. So he literally is in the prime of his career, starting his professional career in Japan. 3-0.
Big challenge when you come to the major leagues and have to start facing all these big time major league hitters. Deal with the summer, you deal with the length of schedule.
Also has to make the adjustment of pitching more than once a week. In Japan, he pitched once a week and had plenty of time to rest. To see his numbers for his 2 starts against the Jays. Kelly Jansen takes a 1-out walk.
I think also playing in that West, you have to make all the trips with the Texas Rangers out to the West Coast. And now that scouting report on Yu Darvish. He can, when on, have a fastball in the mid-90s. Not there yet this evening. Constantly varies speed and depth on his slider. We've seen a slow curveball already, and features a tough splitter.
Edwin Encarnacion did not play in the game last night as he was banged and bruised up from that acrobatic catch he made down the left field line. He eventually lost the ball out of his glove, but what an effort on a pop fly down the left field line 2 nights ago. Ball on the strike.
A little tight back there this evening.
Encarnacion's 4 for 5 against Yu Darvish, and Edwin hit the first major league home run that Darvish gave up. Darvish in his first start against the Blue Jays here back in April no-hit the Jays for 3 2/3 until Encarnacion connected. He actually struck out 7 of the first 12 batters he faced. High and deep to left. He's done it again. 2-run home run, Encarnacion.
There's that flying wing of Edwin, and he's had a lot of practice with that this year. Wow, what a season he is throwing together, and now just 18 RBIs shy of 100.
31st homer of the season, jump starts the Blue Jays offensively.
That's the hanger, and that hanger will get punished, especially when Edwin's swinging at it. All Edwin could think initially was just stay fair.
David Cooper getting in the cleanup. Some boys are good to see him back in the lineup so quickly. Encarnacion is the backbone of this team right now. Has been all year. Edwin did not play. He tried to play in last night's game after that tumble he took on Wednesday night. Couldn't answer the bell. He was just too sore to swing the bat. Ball on a strike to Cooper. Bounced toward first. Michael Young shoves to Darvish. Cooper's retired. 2 down. Well, what a season Encarnacion has put together. Previous high in home runs was 26. He's flown past that number. Got a legitimate shot at 100 RBIs and a long shot at 40 homers.
That'd be very special. I think for any player to get to 40, but that first time to get to 100 RBIs, also a special mark.
Here now Escobar bats with 2 outs. Takes a strike. Now that's the real benchmark for power hitters, to drive in 100. That's when you're up with all the big boys. You put that 100 RBI season on your resume, and I think that's when everybody acknowledges that you are a legitimate run producer.
Hitting number 31 in the home run department against Yu Darvish, not all that easy. That's just the 13th that Darvish has allowed in now over 140 innings.
And Double E's got him twice. 0-2. Cut on and miss. Escobar strikes out. The inning is over. But a 1-out walk set the table for Edwin Encarnacion. He goes long distance, a 2-run shot off Darvish. His 31st of the season, 2-0 Jays. Home run, you can win big. Audio, home theater systems, and big TVs like an 80-inch Sharp Aquos Quadron. To enter, visit hitahomerunwithsharp.ca. Beautiful Friday night here at Rogers Center. Jay Happ staked to a 2-0 lead. Adrian Beltre steps in. He's DHing tonight. Ron Washington is going to give Beltre some time off of this turf and take some pressure off his hamstrings. Beltre had trouble with that last time they were here. And you need his bat, especially against the Blue Jays. Well, he'll go after that high fastball.
And Happ will put it up there. 90 miles an hour. We've seen a little bit more from Happ, but just that four-seamer and rides it well.
Ball on a strike. Happ worked on a split finger pitch in between starts last time out. He last threw that split finger pitch in college as a freshman. But John Farrell and Bruce Walton feel like he's got a perfect delivery to throw that. And we might see that from time to time. That might have been it right there. But he's straight over the top and has a nice delivery for it, and it's something he's going to work with and see if that might not become an important pitch for him.
Though he doesn't bring the heat mid-90s, he still has that riding fastball over the bats. You combine that with a splitter, and you really have a magic combination.
And that high fastball, another strikeout. 2 strikeouts now for Jay Happ. They both come on that high heater.
See, a lot of guys put it up in the zone like this, and it'll just simply get crushed. But some guys have an ability. I don't know if it's more rotations, backspin on that fastball, or what it is, but the ball rides very well.
1 out. Michael Young, the former Blue Jay. The first pitch strike. Young not having a typical season, batting just .270. His numbers are down. He's only hit 3 home runs, driven in 45. He's had a remarkable career. He's now 35 years old. This is his 11th season in the big leagues. Young was traded to the Texas Rangers on the 19th of July in 2000. And he has been a thorn in the Blue Jays' side ever since that trade. Jay Happ blowing that fastball right by the Texas Rangers early on.
There's a lot of guys you're just inclined to say, get the ball down. You got to get it down. But with Jay Happ and that riding heater, it's quite successful, at least at the moment.
You know who that reminds me of just at the moment? Pat Henkin. Henkin had a fastball like that as well, and it was 91, 92, but it would never really light up the radar gun, but had a little extra skip upstairs.
And you consistently find that hitters would swing under and probably frustrated with themselves.
Yep, it looked very hittable. There's Pat, who is in town. He checks in with the Blue Jays from time to time. He'll go around and check on the young pitchers in the system and make sure that everything is going well. Real asset to this organization. Last year he was the bullpen coach. And David Murphy lays off that high fastball. It's 3-0. Murphy's had a great season for Texas, batting an even .300.
Murphy, in my book, is one of those underrated players that year after year is probably factored in as a fourth outfielder. And when it's all said and done, he'll play a lot of games and do a real good job.
He can do so many things for you in the outfield. Play left, right, and center. Doesn't seem to be bothered by left-handed pitching. He snapped an 0-for-11 drought on Thursday. He's in 15 of his last 20 games. He's late on that fastball. There is something about Jay Happ's smooth delivery that really complements that high fastball. You've used the phrase, I'm sure, in the past that the guy's got a sneaky fastball, and that's what Happ is featuring early.
Easy gas.
How about that? Jay Happ strikes out the side in the second. Beltre, Michael Young, David Murphy all go down swinging. 4 strikeouts early on for Jay Happ. He gets Beltre to chase that high heater. Michael Young goes after one away. And then David Murphy just a little bit late. Hey fans, every time Toronto hits a home run in the 4th inning, a lucky winner will take home a Sharp home theater system, including audio soundbar, Blu-ray player, and of course LCD TV. To enter, visit hitahomerunwithsharp.ca. Too big is too small a word for it. Moises Sierra lays off the first pitch from Darvish. Sierra facing Darvish for the first time. Sierra's had a good start to his young career. He was 14 for 39
something about the fastballs that some guys possessed, and saw it early on in the season with Yu Darvish on the hill. Get some strange looking swings. That was not the typical Sierra swing on that heater.
2-1. He's late on that fastball again, just 90 miles an hour, but upstairs, and Sierra didn't look like he really picked it up well.
At 90 miles an hour, you're talking about a very average major league fastball, but some guys can run it, and we've seen Happ and now Darvish doing it.
2-2. Sierra fouls it back, stays alive.
So on that last pitch, though, that Darvish can go to the well, dial it up 95 on that heater.
He certainly has the talent. He's got the perfect physique for a pitcher. 6'5", long arms, good delivery. We've seen him work out of the stretch in the past. There's another fastball, and he blows it right by Sierra. First out of the bottom of the second.
Once he saw Sierra unable to get to the fastball, he just kept coming back to it. Always works it from the stretch. It's a nice drive on that back leg.
So Sierra will take a seat, turn things over to Omar Vizquel. Vizquel starting at third base. Sixth time he has started at the hot corner. Vizquel appeared in the game last night as a pinch hitter and grounded into a double play. 2-0. Vizquel spent the 2009 season with the Texas Rangers. Certainly had a positive impact on the young shortstop Elvis Andrus. Vizquel appeared in 62 games with Texas. That's a foul ball down the left side. The last two ball clubs the Blue Jays have faced on this homestand, Chicago and Texas, both were benefited by the presence of Vizquel with two young shortstops, Alexei Ramirez for Chicago and Elvis Andrus. There's a little flare that's going to fall safely in foul territory. But Omar Vizquel, great teacher and a guy that certainly has a lot of knowledge and a wealth of experience. He was able to pass that along to Andrews and did the same for Chicago's Alexei Ramirez. 2-2, one down.
We talked to some of the folks with the Texas Rangers and asked, why are you guys in first place in the position where the club stands right now? And I think two of the quickest names that come to mind are Elvis Andrus at shortstop, Adrian Beltre at third base. Now Josh Hamilton has over 100 RBIs leading the major leagues. It's a very talented club, but on that left side of the infield they have been exceptionally good.
Right to the first baseman Michael Young. Vizquel hit it right on the button, but Young makes the catch. 2 outs. Yeah, I think you look at any championship caliber ball club and you can see some outstanding defenders on their field.
And the two guys mentioned, they can play defensively, no doubt about it, but they can swing it as well. These Rangers are known for leading the league in runs scored.
Catcher Jeff Mathis getting his first look at Yu Darvish. It's a fastball. Mathis had a couple hits in last night's game, a couple of infield hits. He finished up 2 for 3 in the ball game. On Wednesday night, Mathis hit his 7th home run of the season. Came in the 9th inning against Philip Humber. 0-2. Strike 3 call. Darvish not wasting any time at all. Came right back with the fastball. Strikes out a pair in the second. We played 2 at Rogers Center. Blue Jays with a 2-0 lead. Romero bobblehead day. The Blue Jays will take on the Texas Rangers as they wrap up this 10-game homestand. The game starts at 1:07 p.m. The first 20,000 fans will receive a Ricky Romero bobblehead. Ricky's bobblehead is the third of a 3 bobblehead set this season. The others include Brandon Morrow and Yunel Escobar. For tickets, call the Blue Jays at 416-341-1234. You can log on to BlueJays.com to order your tickets or stop by most Rogers Plus locations. Looks like Ricky Romero standing there ready to deliver a pitch. The bobblehead will be given away on Sunday. Giovanni Soto doing most of the catching since he was acquired by the Rangers from the Chicago Cubs. Soto caught 51 games for the Cubs. This is his 10th start with the Rangers. He's hit under 200 for the season. One and two. Strike 3 call. Jay Happ has struck out 4 straight Texas Rangers.
That looks like a hitter that's just not feeling it right now at all, and he had some good early success with the Chicago Cubs, but taking that couple of pitches, fastball and the change maybe at the knees.
Craig Gentry starting in center field tonight. Gentry's hit .321 for the season. Well, it's good to see Jay Happ in such a good early rhythm here.
After falling behind 3-0 on the leadoff man, Ian Kinsler came right back, and since then he's been on the money.
Misses with that pitch. 2-0. Right back, and Gentry fouls it back. Jay Happ is making his 3rd start for the Blue Jays, and you can see his first 2 starts, 10 innings, 13 hits, gave up 8 earned runs. He had a total of 9 strikeouts in 10 innings. He's got 5 strikeouts already in this ballgame, including 4 in a row. And now he's got a 2-2 count on Craig Gentry.
Happ had an early 7-0 lead last time out against the Yankees, and then the Yanks started to pound away a bit. He lasted just 5 1/3 in that one, 4 earned runs. What's the skip thinking at this point? all these injuries. You've got the kids playing. You've got pitchers trying to find a spot in the rotation.
I think he's really interested to see what Happ is going to do the rest of the way. We talked about this being Jay Happ's 93rd career start. Majority of those starts have been in the National League, and John Farrell knows very well how difficult it can be for a National League pitcher to make the transition into the American League East. He is locked in.
Well, if this is who Jay Happ is, and statistically he has not been throughout his career, but this would fit in the rotation very nicely, I would think.
Anybody's rotation. He has struck out 5 straight, 6 in the game. They're going to run out of Ks. Mike Holt, the rookie. Holt's 23 years old. He's a first-round pick of Texas in 2010. Hit 28 home runs in Double-A before the Rangers called him up. Ball and a strike to the rookie third baseman.
You'd have to imagine that what the Rangers are doing right now, since they already have one of the game's great third basemen in Adrian Beltre, that let him DH as much as possible, have Olt step in, play some defense, and get Beltre ready for the postseason. Assuming you get there, and the Rangers have a pretty comfy lead for the time being.
Now, Olt has made 4 starts at first base, 1 at third. This is his second, and 1 in right field. So they just like to see what he can do with the bat. 3-1. Another strike from Happ.
3-1, you get that fastball as a major league hitter. Waist high right through the heart of the plate. That's where you want to be taking your big time swing.
Jay Happ is dealing. Strikes out 6 in a row, 7 in the ball game. He's perfect through 3, and he's got a 2-0 lead. Comfort Zone are members of the 429 Transport Squadron, the premier airlift flying squadron in the Royal Canadian Air Force. TD Comfort Zone, courtesy of TD. Welcome to Rogers Center. It's a beautiful night, and you have been entertained by Jay Happ so far. 7 strikeouts in the ballgame. He's only faced 9 batters. Anthony Gross takes a breaking ball strike. Gross making his 8th start in center field. Batting a .191 so far. Another breaking ball. 68 miles an hour. And Darvish is very patient with that slow curveball.
Likes to throw a lot of sliders, and he'll change paces and depth of break on those as well. But that curveball, quite effective early.
Upstairs, too high. Gio Soto just getting used to his new pitching staff, encouraging Darvish to come right after Ghost. Looks like they're going with the slider. There it is, and Ghost lays off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Anthony Ghost leading off the bottom of the 3rd inning. 2-0 Blue Jays. Ghost has had 68 at bats since joining the Blue Jays. Full count. Leadoff man Rajai Davis is waiting on deck. Ghost got hit by that pitch, and he'll reach first. That starts the bottom half of the 3rd. Rajai Davis will bat with a man on, nobody out. He's had a good homestand, and doubles have really come frequently for Davis.
Gap him like that and have those wheels. You have some triples mixed in as well. Rajai has not been the little ping hitter. He's been stinging it, and he'll find the gaps all over the place. And once he gets at second base, he is not done running.
Rajai grounded out the 3rd, his first time up. He's now 8 for 31 on the homestand. Ghost with a big lead at first. He's gone. No chance for Soto. Wow, what a great jump for Anthony Ghost. He picks up his 9th stolen base. Rajai Davis knew exactly what to do at the plate.
He's gone at that point. There's just no shot for Soto, and that's 18 stolen bases in 20 tries against Darvish on the season.
36 steals for the season when you factor in his AAA numbers, and he might not stop at second. Davis shows bunt, takes the strike. It's 0-2. Oh, Anthony Ghost is exciting with that great speed.
Put these 2 guys back to back, Ghost and Rajai Davis, and you got a pretty good track team, let alone baseball club that can run the bags.
Rajai strikes out, one after that outside breaking ball. It's the first out of the inning. 4th strikeout for Darvish.
Rajai just simply gets started on this breaking ball, and it's too much.
Kelly Jansen walked and scored on Edwin Encarnacion's 2-run home run. A 1-out walk in the 1st. That gives Darvish 80 walks for the season. He was tied with Ricky Romero and Ubaldo Jimenez for the American League lead when he started this game. They'd all walked 79. Darvish with that inside move, and Ghost was headed for 3rd.
Why does the first baseman have to be at the bag at first when a pitcher turns and bluffs in that direction? And yet, for instance, if a left-handed pitcher makes that move toward first base. You've got to come through. If any pitcher makes a move toward first.
Ball is bounced to Michael Young. Darvish covering the bag will check on Ghost at third.
And that first baseman's playing back behind the runner. It's a balk if you make a move that way and don't throw with that first baseman back behind. But at second base and third, without an infielder covering, they're allowed all pitchers to be able to make that bluff move.
Yep. That's just the way the rules were set up, and it's different, obviously. But you can make any kind of fake you want to at second or third, but not the case at first. So Ghost moves over to third base on the ground out. Be interesting to see how aggressive Darvish is to Edwin Encarnacion, who homered his first time up. Well, he throws him a strike, and I'm surprised at that. Edwin is 5 for 6 against Darvish, including 2 home runs.
Hanging breaking ball left up and in for the home run.
Boy, that is really very accurate. You can't handle Edwin. Throws him 2 strikes.
A couple of cutters well placed down and away. Interesting evening with you and Jay starting for respective clubs.
Oh, and 2 outs. Goes at third base. Outside. Nothing Blue Jays. Edwin Encarnacion, a 2-run homer in the first. He was all over that breaking ball and fouled it straight back.
Here's the one that went for the home run, and you'll see the breaking ball stay up and in. It just never quite did its job finishing down and away, and Edwin had no problem with that one. Had the big swing on this most recent one, but it might have been hung a little bit too much up out of the strike zone.
Good fastball at 95, but it's outside. Anthony Ghost was hit by a pitch, stole second, and moved to third on a ground out. And a pop up back over the screen. Only been 1 hit in the ball game. And that came off the bat of Edwin Encarnacion. Way outside. Full count. David Cooper's on deck. Cooper grounded out to first, his first time up. Darvish strikes out Encarnacion. Good sinking fastball at 94. That ends the inning. The Blue Jays strand the base runner. Jay Happ is on a roll. He's got the strikeout pitch working. He's struck out 6 in a row, 7 for the night. Blue Jays lead 2-0. Coverage from the Barclays Premier League Saturday at 9:30 Eastern. It's Queen Park Rangers against Swansea City on East, West Ontario, and Pacific. Sportsnet World has West Brom and Liverpool at 10 Eastern. Then on Sportsnet 1, it's Newcastle United and the Tottenham Hotspur at 12 noon. The Barclays Premier League on Rogers Sportsnet. Beautiful night at Rogers Center and gorgeous blue sky. The backdrop for CN Tower. Jay Happ facing Ian Kinsler. Happ has struck out 6 straight Ranger hitters. He struck out Kinsler in the first. He has 7 strikeouts overall. Kinsler had the count in his favor to start the game. It was 3-0, and Happ came all the way back to strike him out. Ball on the strike. Well, that high fastball's got a little extra skip on it.
That one at 91 for the good part at 90 this evening, and hard to explain why a guy is able to get away with that when other pitchers, we've seen plenty of them this year, can't.
Scott McGregor had a lot of success with the Baltimore Orioles. Was a pitcher like that. He'd throw that high fastball and you'd swear you were going to knock it out of the ballpark, and there was something about it. You'd pop it up or swing right through it. Kinsler is late.
I played against Sid Fernandez, long-timer with the New York Mets, another left-hander. Sid would typically be about 85 to 88. He'd throw that same fastball right through the heart of the plate, and guys would swing and miss or foul it back all night long.
Boy, that's a great example of what we're talking about. Sid Fernandez. He got underneath that fastball. It was almost like he pushed it upstairs.
And that's what I'm talking about when I'm not sure what creates it. If it's extra rotation backwards on that baseball that makes it kind of skim through the air a little bit more, but Happ seems to have it.
You know, the physicists will tell you that that baseball can't go up. But I tell you what, when you hit against guys like Happ, and Jim Palmer's another guy that comes to mind, that ball looks like it skips.
Here's the problem. An airplane won't fly without wings, and a baseball won't move without the seams. And I'll equate the seams to the wings on an airplane.
Boy, that's way over my head, but you want to explain it?
No, I've got no idea. I just got a note here from a fan.
But the seams, that's exactly what it is, because it's a 4-seam fastball. The rotation of that baseball creates a vacuum above those seams, and that ball just stays on that plane. And Kinsler takes a walk. That's the first Ranger to reach base.
The all-new 2012 Honda CR-V. Yeah, it does that. Honda, the official vehicle of the Toronto Blue Jays.
Ian Kinsler at first. Elvis Andrus grounded to shortstop his first time up. One ball out of the zone.
But I am hoping, Buck, that come what is it, Monday evening, I guess, the off day for the ball club, that as we fly to Detroit, that plane does still have the wings there.
Yeah, I'm going to vote for that. 1-0 to Elvis Andrus. All of a sudden, Jay Happ has fallen behind again.
We're reminded maybe if we load that plane up with seams, it'll still fly. So we're good either way.
Good 4-seam fastball seams. 2-0 Blue Jays lead. We are in the top of the 4th inning. Ian Kinsler at first. This is the first time Jay Happ has pitched out of the stretch tonight. There's a strike and a snap throw. Cooper's tag is late.
Jeff Mathis is a lot of fun to watch. He's a terrific throwing catcher. and a grinder behind the plate. He's a perfect guy to have as kind of that backup and the guy that gets to play on occasions, and recently signed to a multi-year deal. Jeff Mathis certainly deserving.
2 balls and a strike. 2-2. Happ did a good job of unloading that pitch in a hurry, kind of eliminating any chance for Kinsler to get a jump at first. Kinsler has 20 steals. To give you an idea how impressive Jay Happ's start has been against the Rangers, they come into this ball game with a .284 team batting average against lefty pitching. And he has 7 strikeouts already and has allowed just 1 base runner. So the Rangers, who have been better against lefties than anybody, have been baffled by Jay Happ, and Andrews strikes out. Strikeout number 8.
The only difference with this strikeout is that Happ turns to the slider. You get a good look at it. Fastball after fastball, and now there's that slider that bends down and in on the right-hand hitter. But these Rangers have hit .277 overall, lead the American League, the major leagues in runs scored. Now, they're just a great offensive unit.
Josh Hamilton hit a soft liner to Yunel Escobar at short that ended the first inning. Blue Jays have used a little different shift here with Hamilton, pushing Kelly Jansen into the hole. Omar Vizquel comes over from third to play basically straight away at second.
We've seen the major league leader in home runs in back-to-back series now. Of course, we're talking about Adam Dunn with the White Sox. He jumped to 34. Josh Hamilton hit a pair a couple of nights ago and got to 34. Those are your leaders. Ryan Braun leads the National League at 31.
And Jose Bautista is getting close to returning. Bouncing ball. Cooper steps on the bag. He won't have a play at second, as they had that shift on and there was really nobody there to take the throw. Escobar alertly moved toward third. Kinsler may have had thoughts about making the turnaround second, but Cooper steps on the bag at first. Kinsler moves into scoring position at second, but now there are 2 outs. Adrian Beltre started that string of 6 straight strikeouts as he struck out in the second. It's off the end of the bat. Kelly Jansen, the second baseman, makes the catch. The inning is over. The Rangers get a base runner, but Jay Happ leaves them stranded at second. Middle of the fourth. Blue Jays have a 2-0 lead. Travel World MasterCard from Capital One. We'll take a look at inside the numbers with the player leading the team in hits, home runs, and RBIs. You can see it's been done 5 times. Willie Upshaw did it in '83, George Bell 87, Carlos Delgado, Jose Bautista, and Edwin Encarnacion is leading the team in hits, home runs, and RBIs this season. Pretty unique combination of a guy that can hit for a high average and still be a run producer, and Encarnacion has joined a pretty elite group. Upshaw, Delgado, Bell, Bautista, and now Encarnacion. David Cooper fouls it back. It's a ball and a strike. Quite a pitcher's duel going on here at Rogers Center tonight. 2 runs, just 1 hit in the ball game. That 1 hit was a 2-run home run by Edwin Encarnacion. If you had your druthers and you were going to go to a ballpark, would you rather see a game like this or a slugfest?
I'm a pitch and field guy. I like a snappy ball game. I like to see guys get the job done with the leather. Now, I like to see some good hitting, some timely hitting as well, but I love to see the mad set of skills with the pitchers and the defense in terms of this game, and put the ball in play and see the guys work.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'd much rather watch 2 pitchers carving up opposing lineups, and there's a good pitch from Yu Darvish.
Usually when the offense is just taken off and busting everything, pitchers are struggling, and there are a lot of balls and therefore walks, and it becomes not really the kind of baseball that I'm inclined to like.
Full count to David Cooper. I tell you what, the more you see David Cooper swing the bat, the more you got to like him.
Down the right field line, down the left field line, he's had power to center field. He's good. He's got a nice short barrel to the ball stroke. Not a lot of wasted movement. That barrel drops right to the baseball from that set position onto the ball. Beautifully done.
Darvish drops a breaking ball on him and strikes him out. Darvish has 6 strikeouts. That's the first out of the 4th inning.
Get that slider working down and in, and David got one on the previous pitch, just hooked it foul, but this one breaks downward just a bit more.
Yunel Escobar, the shortstop, he was a strikeout victim his first time up. I think, too, when you get into a game like this, both pitchers really sense it. The runs are hard to come by, and they're really focused, and the catchers get into it as well.
I think both of us, having been catchers, it's nice to watch a pitcher work and be effective like this.
Ian Kinsler behind second, throws out Escobar, 2 down. Well, the Texas Rangers, they just completed a 4-game series against the Yankees, and the first 3 games of that series in New York, they were held to 14 hits and 4 runs in 3 games, and then they had a breakout game in the series finale on Thursday afternoon. They scored 10 runs on 16 hits. So it's been a bit of a roller coaster ride for Ron Washington. But he's not about to panic. They've got a 6-game lead on their division rivals. 6 games over Oakland, 7 over the Angels.
It's nice to get a lead anytime you can. The Rangers did it early. They've lost 14 of their last 27 ball games, just 15 and 15 in their last 30. Have not been a hot team.
Rangers got off to a 15-4 start.
Kind of helps. And people will say, well, you need to get hot at the end of the season. Well, that's great, and sometimes it equates into the postseason, but not always.
Ball on the strike. I think the end of the season momentum can serve you very well in the postseason. Yeah. When you get down the stretch and you go into the postseason playing good baseball. But I'll take a great month of April to get that early season cushion.
When it's all said and done, what you're looking for as a manager, as a ball club, is to have more wins than the opposition. If you can get 90+ wins, you've got a chance to get in. And so you get yourself toward the end of the season, and you're at 94, 95+ wins. You're in a great spot, and you're not going to go back and add them up and see, well, where did we get these?
Sierra reaches for it and hits it into shallow center. Elvis Andrus, what a play. You talked about his improved defense. That's a good example of it as he takes a hit away from Moises Sierra. That ends the bottom of the fourth. We've played 4 here at Rogers Center, 2-0. Now it's time for a Blue Jays Central update. Here's Jamie Campbell in the Blackberry Broadcast Studio. Blue Jays will take on the Texas Rangers on Junior Jays Saturday. The game starts at 1:07 p.m. Special kids prize tickets in the 200 and 500 level outfield seats. After the game, kids 14 and under can run the bases just like the pros. Call the Blue Jays for your tickets at 416-341-1234. You can log on to BlueJays.com or stop by most Rogers Plus locations. We'll pick up your tickets for Junior Jays Saturday. Michael Young goes after the first pitch and pops it out of play. Little broken bat base hit. That's the first hit for the Texas Rangers. Michael Young delivers a breaking ball that broke the bat of Young. That's a leadoff single here in the 5th.
Michael Young approaching 2,200 hits in his career. Don't have to hit him hard. It's about location. Break the bat, break the furniture if you need.
David Murphy goes after the first pitch, and you can see the Rangers not waiting around for Jay Happ. They've seen Happ pound that strike zone, and they're coming up there with the thought of swinging.
They've also realized that they're not getting to the late fastball, so maybe you want to pick one out early.
Good job by Mathis to block that breaking ball. Keeps Michael Young at first.
It's not a quiet drop to the knees kind of block for Jeff. He's kind of coming up one knee, gets down there, and he flinches a bit, but when it's all said and done, the chest protector gets on the baseball.
Good fastball right on the outside corner, and Happ's ahead again. Jay Happ has 8 strikeouts. One and 2 to Murphy. Base hit up the middle. Michael Young will stop at second. Anthony Ghost charged it very quickly. So back-to-back base hits here in the 5th inning for Texas.
The all-new 2012 Honda CR-V. Yeah, it does that. Honda, the official vehicle of the Toronto Blue Jays.
Open air baseball at Rogers Center. Blue Jays with a 2-0 lead. Rangers are threatening. Giovanni Soto steps in the box. Soto was the National League Rookie of the Year in 2008 with the Chicago Cubs. Shows bunt and pops it up. Mathis gives it a look, but it's behind the screen, out of play. Soto came to the big leagues in 2005. Just got one at bat, but became a regular in 2008. Batting just 184. He had a great year in his rookie season. He was 25 years old. He had 563 plate appearances as a rookie. Showing bunt again, but this one is up and away.
Go back and look at that David Murphy base hit. If you're a pitcher and you want to find a way to shave a run or more off of your ERA, use the leather on a ground ball right back past the rubber like this. And some of the guys, Greg Maddux and numerous exceptional pitchers through the years, had 5 infielders. The rest are playing with 4.
1-1. Soto again to bunt. This time he gets it down. Happ near the third base foul line throws Soto out. But Soto does the job. He moves the base runners up on the sacrifice.
I wondered if Happ got to this ball with aggression, being a left-hander, if he could have thrown to third base for a force out on that lead out. Get a peek and see from off on the side a bit. Does Happ have any shot there? I think if there was full commitment in that direction, he might have. He takes a look when the play is all said and done.
Second and third, 1 out. Craig Gentry struck out in the 3rd inning. Goes after that first fastball and fouls it straight back. Ron Washington's kind of an old school skipper, even though he's got all these potent bats in his lineup. That's the 27th sacrifice bunt he's used this year. Only Mike Scioscia and the Angels have had more sacrifice bunts in the American League.
That's an intriguing stat for a team that leads the league in runs scored. They're a home run hitting ball club as well. You don't often find the combination. I've seen a team that does those things and also drops down the bunt. Rangers are 6th in home runs.
Ball and a strike, 1 out. It's a 2-0 Blue Jays lead as the Rangers are threatening here in the top of the 5th. Ground ball. Young's going to come in to score. Kelly Jansen throws out Gentry. And Texas has cut the lead in half. Michael Young with a leadoff single. Pushed to second by Murphy's single. Scores on the ground out by Craig Gentry, his 26th RBI. Take a look at the Texas Rangers and where they rank offensively in the American League. They're first in average, first in runs per game. Their on-base percentage at .340. That's also top of the league. OPS at .781 as a team, and home runs they're 6. So they are a well-balanced ball club. They get on base and they knock the ball out of the ballpark. Number 9 here is the rookie Mike Oak. Olt had a walk-off pinch hit single on the 11th of August. It was a first by a Rangers rookie since Mike Lamb delivered in 2000. Holt's in a hole, 0-2. Upstairs. Jay Happ, giving up just 2 hits and a single run, trying to protect this 1-run lead. Mike Olt was called up from Double-A at the time of his call-up. He led all Double-A players in home runs and OPS. It's this ball to left and deep. Rajay Davis at the wall, makes the catch. Right up against the wall in left. Holt made a bid for extra bases. Rajay Davis runs it down against the fence. Texas cuts into the lead. Rajay Davis makes sure they keep that 1-run lead. Authority of Rogers Blue Jays Baseball Partnership may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Rogers Blue Jays Baseball Partnership. Heck of a ball game going on here at Rogers Center. A 2-1 score. Blue Jays have a 2-1 lead. Texas scored a run on 2 hits in their half of the 5th. Omar Vizquel will lead things off against Yu Darvish. Darvish continues to work out of the set position. Starters will do this from time to time when they feel that they have more control over their delivery. Vizquel pokes it into the outfield. Long run for Gentry, and he can fly. He's got a lot of speed. He made an easy play of it. Gentry starting in center field for the 53rd time. And they've got some interesting options. They can use Hamilton in center. They can use Gentry in center. They've got a lot of flexibility. Josh Hamilton playing in left field. He's made 55 starts in center. Jeff Mathis struck out. Now ended the 2nd inning. We mentioned Mathis has 7 home runs. His career high is 9 that came in 2008 with the Angels.
Ryan Butterfield still got it.
Butterfield, the infield coach, of course, and the third base coach. He's out here every day, about an hour before batting practice starts, making sure all his infielders are tuned up. Two balls and a strike to Mathis. Butterfield also is responsible for the defensive alignment. He goes and looks at the scouting reports, breaks down the video, breaks down the advance reports from Kevin Cash, and then implements the defense accordingly. Hard but foul into the seats.
See a quick bat right there from Jeff Mathis, and you talk about his home runs. Got some pop. What a valuable guy this particular player could be if he could find a consistency to that hitting approach.
Fastball downstairs. Mathis hit 21 home runs in AAA with the Angels. And he's athletic. He was quite a football player in high school and had an opportunity to go to Florida State and play football. He chose to sign with the Angels. Of course, he grew up in Florida, up in the Panhandle, and when you have a chance to play for Florida State or the Florida Gators, that's very tempting for a young athlete. Darvish throws him another breaking ball. That's 7 strikeouts now for Yu Darvish. Pitchers certainly have had the upper hand early in this game.
Not going to handle this pitch very often. What you have to do is land quietly enough, keep the eyes still to where you don't start the bat, because once you've started your toast, you're just going to go on through. I'm sure Dwayne Murphy's talking about that you know, it's a pitch you're not going to handle. You got to find a way to see it early.
Anthony Gose was hit by a pitch in his first at bat. And a breaking ball strike. Gose was hit in the 3rd inning, picked up a stolen base as he swiped the bag against Yu Darvish. His 9th steal of the season. Blue Jays are facing Darvish for a 3rd time. No swing, according to the third base umpire. Darvish started his first game against the Blue Jays on the 30th of April. First time the Rangers were in town. And then in May, he beat the Blue Jays down in Arlington, but had to leave after 5 innings with a sore back. Broken back. Just got a chance to drop. Gentry can't get it. Gose is headed for second. He might not stop there. He's on his way to third, and he can absolutely fly. Anthony Gose with his first big league triple.
And how many bloops to center field triples have you called in your career, Buck?
Gose knows that if this goes off the glove, he's not going to stop at second, and it does. Gentry quickly gets to his feet, and watch him turn it on.
Yeah, that's airing it out right there. I don't know who the fastest guy on this Blue Jays club is. Is it Rajai Davis? Is it Anthony Gose? In either case, you're going to get quite a race.
Boy, he was flying around the second.
I'd have a hard time betting against Anthony Gose.
Yeah, I think Anthony Gose is quicker once he gets up a full head of steam. Rajai Davis will beat him on the start.
Yeah.
Rajai's a little more polished in his ability to steal bases, but flat out, I think Anthony Gose runs him down.
Rajai's going to hear what you just said.
And he's driving in Anthony Gose. So Davis and Gose team up to get that run back. Anthony Gose, his first big league triple. Davis with the RBI single. He's got 33 ribbies now.
Rajai Davis, we talk about how well he's been swinging the bat, driving in runs. This is not the guy that over the last couple of seasons you saw with Rajai at the plate. Oftentimes he would get overmatched with breaking balls. Right now driving it around the field and obviously feeling it. He is finding out how to hit in the big leagues.
Mike Maddox, the pitching coach for Texas, out to chat with Darvish and Soto. And now Darvish checking, turned around, look at Kelly Jansen on the scoreboard. He's making sure that Jansen was the right guy. Anthony goes his first big league triple on Rajai Davis, drives him in, and you can bet Davis is thinking about getting the jump at first. 2 down.
Well, reflecting back on watching Anthony Gose on that triple, going around second base, just flying. I've never even had the privilege of a dream where I could do that.
Pitch out. Darvish kind of tipped his hand as he used a slide step on a pitch out, and that used to drive me crazy when I was catching.
You put the pitch out on, you don't want a high leg kick, but you want something that leaves the runner with the chance to go.
Use the slide step and the runner's not going to break.
Slide steps will stop the running game.
Rajai stumbled a bit getting back to the bag at first. Yeah, you put that pitch out on, you want the runner to go. You're hoping that he runs. Kelly Jansen bunts it up the third baseline.
Seeing more and more of this in baseball now with the extreme shifts that are put on, where hitters are just going ahead and taking a freebie single, bunting it on the left side.
Yeah, it's all about adjustments, and we have mentioned from day one this season, universally in the American League, teams are playing more dramatic shifts.
Yes.
And the hitters have picked up on it. So, you know what? You're going to play me the shift. I'm going to drop a bunt on you.
And I don't blame him. I think if you're going to give him a hit, take it.
Ball on the strike. There goes Davis. Ball down low. Soto's throw not in time.
I don't know how Rajai Davis and Anthony Gose do it, where they dive, slide on past the bag, and somehow stop just as that trail foot is hanging on to the bag.
It's Velcro.
It must be.
Velcro on the toes of their spikes.
No, that's not an exceptional jump. That's just great speed. With a perfect throw there, the Rangers might have a shot.
Yeah, Soto threw it on the shortstop side of second. There he goes to third. Kelly Jansen swings in. Fouls it into the glove of Soto, but Davis picks up a stolen base. He now has 37 for the season.
Watch out, Mike Trout.
Trout just one ahead of Rajai Davis. Johnson strikes out. The inning is over. But the Blue Jays utilize their speed. Anthony Gose his first big league triple, and then the leadoff man Rajai Davis knocks him in. There's nothing like watching a great base runner go around the bases on a triple. A broken bat flare to center. Gose picks up on it. Once it bounces away from Gentry, he's off to the races. Got a pitcher's duel going on here at Rogers Center tonight. Through 5 innings, Yu Darvish has allowed just 3 hits, 3 runs. He has 8 strikeouts. He's thrown 86 pitches, but Jay Happ has done him one better. He's allowed just 2 hits, a single run. He too has 8 strikeouts, and he's thrown only 78 pitches. And Jay Happ has a stretch of 6 straight strikeouts. He struck out 6 in a row between the 2nd and 3rd inning. And that ties a club record. Going back to 2004. In August of 2004, Ted Lilly struck out 6 straight. And then the left-hander Mark Zepchinski in September of 2010. He too had 6 straight strikeouts. Kinsler, he was the first Ranger to reach base in the 4th, had a leadoff walk. First hit was Michael Young's single in the 5th. Jay Happ has been impressive. After 2 less than stellar starts, this one has been very impressive against the best hitting team in the American League. Ian Kinsler is 2nd in the American League in batting average against lefty pitching. Only Derek Jeter has a higher average against southpaws. Coming in this game tonight, Kinsler had a .368 average against left-handed pitchers. For Kinsler, he didn't use that stride, trusts his hands to get that baseball, and he fouls off another pitch.
One of those guys that almost hits from a just a still hands position. Quick to the ball and still gets plenty of power.
Another 2-2 pitch. Another foul back. Happ's got a very good changeup. We haven't seen a lot of it tonight because his fastball has been so good, but this would be a good time to throw it. He's got Kinsler thinking about that high fastball.
You got to start throwing that pitch before it's going to become effective for you.
Which is popped up into shallow right. Moises Sierra gets there, makes the catch. Kinsler is finally retired. Blue Jays will wrap up this homestand on Sunday, and they'll be back at Rogers Center on Thursday, August 30th. It'll be a 4-game series against the Tampa Bay Rays. Thursday and Friday games start at 7:07 p.m. Saturday and Sunday both afternoon affairs. For tickets, call the Blue Jays at 416-341-1234. You can log on to BlueJays.com and order your tickets for the Tampa Bay series, or you can always stop by most Rogers Plus locations. Tampa Bay tied with the Baltimore Orioles for the first American League wild card spot. They got a great performance last night from David Price, who improved to 16-4 as Tampa Bay shut out the Angels 7-0.
Price, the only 16-game winner in the big leagues now. Jared Weaver's had quite a year in the American League. That's shaping up to be quite a race for the Cy Young Award in the American League.
Well, you see Weaver tonight out in Anaheim. James Shields at 10-7 goes up against Jared Weaver at 15-2.
How about the youngster Chris Sale with the White Sox?
Yep, he's done a nice job as well. He's 14-3.
Weaver was 15-1 before losing his last time out, that against Seattle.
Yeah, it's going to really go down to an outstanding pennant race. Oakland currently second place in the American League West, 6 games behind this Texas Rangers ball club. But then the Angels are a game back to 7 behind. In that wild card race, Baltimore and Tampa Bay tied at 64 and 54. Detroit a game back, Oakland a game and a half, and then the Angels at 2.5.
If I just looked at ball clubs, I would say the Angels might be the best team for me of the bunch.
Another pop into right. Another play for Sierra. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Let's check in with Jamie Campbell. The Washington club done a terrific job. They have 73 wins at the start of play. There are only 3 70-win ball clubs in all of baseball. Washington Nationals have 73 wins, the Cincinnati Reds 71, and the Yankees have 70. I didn't see that coming. I have to admit, Washington is 73 and 45 with a 4-game lead over the Braves. Josh Hamilton waves at another pitch. It's 0-2.
Yeah, the Nats skipper Davey Johnson back in spring training said they're going to win, and if they don't, he deserves to be gone.
Steve Delabart loosening up. Hamilton gets a piece of it. Vizquel throws Hamilton out. Good inning for Jay Happ. He retires the Rangers in order in the 6th. Middle of the 6th, Blue Jays lead Texas 3-1. Sharp contest on Facebook today. There are 5 ways to win this year, including a grand prize draw for Canada's largest LCD TV, a 90-inch Sharp Aquos. Join Sharp Canada on Facebook today. John Farrell congratulates Jay Happ for a job well done. He'll be finished after 6 innings. Gives up just 2 hits and a single run, and racks up 8 strikeouts.
Easily the best to date from Jay Happ as a member of the Blue Jays.
Edwin Encarnacion gets jammed. A little tapper back to the mound. That's the first out. Bottom of the 6th. Jay Happ was great, including 6 straight strikeouts. He congratulates his battery mate for a job well done. Boy, they were really clicking tonight. That's encouraging. Jay Happ's 3rd start with the Blue Jays is very good.
A lot to feel good about right there, and no doubt something for John Farrell and the staff to feel very good about.
David Cooper's grounded out and struck out. Only been 5 hits in the ball game. Both Happ and Darvish have been very good. One and one. Darvish has 12 wins as a rookie. That ties the Ranger franchise record. That slow curveball just a bit upstairs, according to Tim Sheeta. He also has racked up 8 strikeouts tonight, like his mound opponent. Ground ball, Elvis Andrus near the bag at second. Goes Cooper out. 2 down. Darvish now with 8 strikeouts tonight has 170 strikeouts for the season. Texas rookie record is 189, established by Edwin Correa and Bobby Witt. Witt had 174. He was second. Both of those strikeout totals came in 1986 for the Rangers. Two outs. Just foul wide of third. Darvish has 6 double-digit strikeout games to his credit this season. Down and away. Bottom of the 6th inning. Good ball game. This is the first of 3 against the Texas Rangers. This will wrap up a long 10-game homestand for the Blue Jays. This homestand, they faced all 3 division leaders: New York Yankees, Chicago White Sox, and Texas Rangers.
And prior to that, they weren't facing leaders necessarily, although contenders, but clubs that were pitching at the top 3 in the major leagues. Actually, in 4 straight series, they faced that scenario.
Popped up and playable right side of the infield. Michael Young gets out of the way for Ian Kinsler, who makes the catch. Darvish has a very good 6th inning. He ties Blue Jays in order. They'll go to the 7th. Blue Jays lead at 3-1. Steve Delamar on in relief. Fix with Sam Cosentino and Dirk Hayhurst on Baseball Central at noon. Weekdays on Sportsnet 590. The Fan. And right here on Rogers Sportsnet. Beautiful night in Toronto, and new pitcher for the Blue Jays will be the right-handed reliever Steve Delabar on in relief of Jay Happ. Happ with an outstanding performance. Now he'll look to the bullpen to protect this 2-run lead.
Delabar on the season, you can see the numbers. 3.97 the ERA, and of course he was with Seattle prior to being with the Blue Jays. Left-hand batters are not even sniffing him at all. The whip below the 1 mark. Terrific numbers, and he is a huge strikeout pitcher.
So it'll be Beltre, Young, and Murphy for the Rangers. Delabar, familiar with this Rangers lineup, having spent time in the AL West. Beltre is 1 for 3 against Delabar. Blue Jays really fortified their bullpen with some power arms. Lincoln, Delabar, and Brandon Lyon really have given John Farrell multiple weapons to close out games. And they can set up for Casey Jansen, who's been great as the closer. Leadoff walk issued to Beltre.
Velocity's not quite the same for Delabar as in recent outings, and command oftentimes goes right along with the velocity.
So Michael Young, he got the first hit off Jay Happ. The leadoff single in the 5th came around to score on a ground out by Craig Gentry. 3-1 Blue Jays lead. Michael Young pops it into right. Sierra drifting underneath it makes the catch. Young's retired on 1 pitch. Bullpen was thought to be a strength of the Blue Jays coming out of spring training, and that was found to be untrue. Sergio Santos went on the disabled list and really never recovered. He's undergone season-ending surgery. Francisco Cordero was moved into his closer's role. That didn't work out. Frazier's currently on the DL. Villanueva's in the rotation. Luis Perez has had season-ending surgery. Only 2 of the opening day bullpen staff are still active, and it's been a dramatic turnover. Turnover was a result of need and injuries, but boy, it's been a huge success of late.
You lose Travis Snyder and Eric Thames in the process, a couple of highly regarded young outfielders, but you got to be able to cover up some of the blemishes, and I think the Blue Jays did so very well.
Well, when you're going to deal with fill-in starters, you can really address that by fortifying your bullpen. Ball on a strike. David Murphy takes one inside, and Jeff Mathis is going to take a walk. Go out and talk to Delabar, see if you can't get him back in the strike zone. Leadoff walk, and in the pop up to Michael Young. Now he falls behind Murphy.
Well, the way bullpens are these days, with specialists who work 1, maybe 2 innings, go out there and give it everything they have for that short spurt, you tend to get better numbers late in ball games from that bullpen, and so you want to be strong in that area.
That guy's been strong all year. Darren Oliver's had some season. 2-1. Cut on and missed by Murphy. We're in the 7th inning. Blue Jays got 2 in the first on a 2-run home run by Edwin Encarnacion. Rangers scored a run in the top of the 5th. Blue Jays answered that with a run in the bottom of the 5th. Delabar worked in the game last night. Had a good inning, walked the batter, but that's all he would allow in his 1 inning of work against Chicago. There goes the runner. Ball is fouled off. Beltre was on the move on the 3-2 pitch. There goes Beltre again. Base hit to right field. Beltre will cruise around second and end up at third base. David Murphy with his second hit of the night. Rangers are threatening here in the 7th.
Interesting that it appeared that Delabar came with back-to-back 3-2 splitters. And you see, this is not the fastball. It's kind of that splitter, and Murphy has had the kind of season, especially of late, where he's just staying on the baseball and stays on that one beautifully.
So before we have another pitch, Bruce Walton's going to come out and have a chat with Steve Delabar. Giovanni Soto has struck out and had a sacrifice bunt tonight. Same time, the Blue Jays will get Aaron Luke going. He is loosening up.
There's a find as a youngster in the bullpen.
Well, he has come out of nowhere.
That is a filthy crossfire angle he provides for left-hand hitters.
Big point of the ball game. Gio Soto at the plate. Delabar almost threw one away at first. Murphy's at first base. Beltre's at third. It's a 3-1 Blue Jays lead.
It's an ideal guy to get that ground ball on for the double play. The thing is, with that kind of fastball, you're not likely to get a lot of ground balls.
Just off the outside corner. Saw Nelson Cruz on deck. He's loosening up. He will come on to bat for Craig Gentry.
How good is that splitter? And that's the one that Delabar was featuring the other night when he became the only pitcher ever to strike out 4 in an extra inning of a major league game.
Monday night against the Chicago White Sox, Delabar had 6 strikeouts in 2 innings of work. 1-2 to Soto. Cut out and miss. Came right back with it. Punches out Gio Soto. That's his second out of the inning.
Look at this, not just sinking action, but running in toward the right-hand hitter action on that splitter, and it just eats him up. It's also a pitch that will create a lot of ground balls on the left-hand side.
So now Delabar will deal with the pinch hitter. Nelson Cruz not starting the game. He's going to pinch hit for Craig Gentry. Here's his 1-for-3 as a pinch hitter, batting .266 on the season. Cruz is familiar with Delabar. He's 1-for-4 against the Blue Jays right-hander. Big numbers against the Blue Jays. Cruz came into the game yesterday in New York as a pinch hitter, batting for Mike Oak. Stayed in the ball game and finished up 1 for 2. Two and 0, 2 outs, 3 and 0. Rookie Mike Olt is on deck. They have Mitch Moreland, a good left-handed bat, on the bench. John Farrell has Aaron Loop ready for Moreland. It's a strike, 3 and 1. Bases are loaded. Brandon Lyon has joined Aaron Loop. Two outs. And Mathis is going to go talk to Delmar before this at bat. Does this surprise you Moreland's not brought into this game?
Left-handed bat. And with Moreland, you're talking about a guy hitting .282, so he's been steady with the bat, 12 home runs, maybe a bit. But we also saw Mike Olt come very close to driving one out in the 5th inning.
Beltre at third, Murphy at second, Nelson Cruz at first. Mike Olt goes after that first pitch.
Well, that splitter is dynamic.
That's a great combination for a setup guy like Delmar. Fastball splitter, and it's hard.
Heat's on a catcher when you've got a guy throwing that hard splitter, sometimes in the dirt, and you got bases loaded in a tight ball game.
Ball on the strike. Missed with the fastball downstairs.
Velocity is coming along. He's been at 94, now 95.
23-year-old rookie Mike Olt in a big point of this game. Bases loaded. Rangers down by 2. Comes right back with that splitter, and that was a good one.
Does that ever speak to the confidence with that splitter for Delmar and for Jeff Mathis? 2 and 1, bases loaded. You can't get into that walk scenario, but at the same time, Olt with a lot of power, you don't want to give the 2-1 fastball to.
2-2, 2 outs. Good job by Mathis. Called for that splitter and blocked it.
Now where do you go? Really getting the job done. You don't get this job done. A run scores, the other runners move up, but instead you keep everybody at bay.
Full count, 2 outs, bases loaded. The runners will be off on the pitch. Ground ball knocked down by Vizquel. He won't have a play. Vizquel in a hurry to grab the ball and step on the bag. Missed the baseball. Rangers score a run. And it's a 3-2 game.
In the world of Omar Vizquel, this is about as routine as it gets. And you can see the ball hit up around the heel of the glove. And once it did, there's nowhere to turn.
Now Vizquel is charged with the air. And that allows the Rangers to score. So Delmar looked like he was going to get out of the inning with the bases loaded. Vizquel was headed toward the bag to step on third. Brandon Lyon will come in when we come back. It's a 1-run game. had a great start. 6 innings, 2 hits. He allowed just 1 earned run, walked the batter, and struck out 8. And during his 6 innings, he had a stretch of 6 consecutive strikeouts in the 2nd and 3rd inning. Struck out 6 Rangers in a row. That tied a club record for consecutive strikeouts. Now the second reliever to work this inning, Brandon Lyon, comes on with the bases still loaded and 2 outs. Lyon making his 48th appearance of the season. Ian Kinsler, a notorious first pitch swinger. Goes after the first pitch, and Escobar will go to second just in time to retire Michael. The inning comes to an end. The Rangers cut the lead down to 1, but Brandon Lyon gets out of the 7th. Moises Sierra will lead things off for the Blue Jays. Bottom of the 7th. He'll be followed by Omar Vizquel and Jeff Mathis. Field, Craig Gentry was removed from the game for a pinch hitter. Murphy moves from right field to left field. And Nelson Cruz, who came on as the pinch hitter for Craig Gentry, moves into right field defensively. Moises Sierra trying to get the Blue Jays going here in the 7th. He has struck out and popped up. Sierra made a bid for a 2-out base hit in the 4th. He flared a little ball behind shortstop. Elvis Andrews made a nice running catch with his back to the infield, going away from the infield. Here, make an over the shoulder catch. 2-0. Yu Darvish was allowed just 3 hits. Both teams with only 3 hits. Sierra pops one foul. On Monday against Chicago in the 7th inning, Moises Sierra. It's his first big league home run. Came off Jake Peavy. And then 2 games later, Sierra with a big home run in the 2nd inning on Thursday night against Francisco Liriano, his 2nd big league homer. And here he chases that off-speed pitch. Sierra hit 17 home runs in AAA with Las Vegas before being called up. Tapper back to the mound. Darvish, low throw, but Young makes the play, 1 down. Texas Rangers have a great bullpen. Alexi Ogando is loosening up. The anchor down there, of course, is the closer, Joe Nathan, in his first year with Texas. But Ogando, Mike Adams, and Nathan have been a terrific formula for Ron Washington to close out games. Darvish has now thrown 101 pitches. Vizquel takes a breaking ball inside. Omar has lined out and flied out.
Love to know what goes through the mind of Omar Vizquel, one of the game's great defensive players all time. And tonight and recently as well, having some balls elude that glove.
Little cutter inside, and Vizquel swings over the top of it.
Talking about a guy with a gift defensively. He's just special.
11 gold gloves.
Earned. Didn't do it because he was the best hitter at the position.
He stays alive. Ball hit right down to those fans in the front row, and they had the hard hands. Kicked it right back on the field, but they're going to get it back to Torey Lovullo. Got the ball back to them. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Japanese fans on hand here to watch Darvish pitch. It's the second time he's pitched at Rogers Center this year. Making his 23rd start of the season. Darvish came into this game with a 12-8 record. His ERA at 4.54. Averaged over 10 strikeouts per 9 innings. Just wonder how far they will go with Darvish. They've got Ogando ready, and if Vizquel can reach, they might go to the bullpen. Darvish has thrown a lot of pitches during the course of this summer. He's averaged about 110 pitches per start. Strikes out Vizquel, comes with a breaking ball. That's the 9th strikeout for Darvish. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Let's check in with Jamie Campbell. Blue Jays will go to Comerica Park, open up a series on Tuesday night. That series opener, Ricky Romero will go to the mound, and he'll face Max Scherzer. Here you see Darvish's pitch count, 109 for the night. Jeff Mathis has struck out twice against Darvish. Got a pitch to hit right there.
Well, that's a good looking little cutter that would seem to catch a little part of the plate going by. Darvish joined the Texas Rangers this year. A lot of people would say he's a rookie. A lot might go the other direction. 4-0 in his first month in the big leagues, and a great ERA at 2.18.
There's a strike.
But he's had the struggles since, and I guess you could ask, are the struggles because teams are starting to see him a second and third time? Sure, that's part of it. Are the struggles because he's wearing down over a long season, that grind of the major league marathon?
A lot of people will think that, given that he pitched just once a week in Japan. There's a slow breaking ball that's down and away. 66 miles an hour. Well, that's quite a separation in velocity.
Now in his 23rd start of the season. He's given up less hits than innings pitched. Really good set of numbers.
2-2 to Mathis. He strikes out for a third time. Darvish with another double-digit strikeout game. That'll be the 7th time he's done that this season. He has 10 strikeouts, but trails 3-2. Budweiser, great times are waiting. Please enjoy responsibly.
Back in the Blue Jays half of the third inning, Anthony Gose led it off, and it was hit by a pitch to reach. I don't know how smart that is. I never really considered that to be one of the smartest things going on. But once that speed got to first base, Anthony didn't waste any time. Takes off, steals the bag, and does it handily. And that's 18 out of 20 on the season against Darvish, and just simply using your head and your God-given tools.
Anthony Gose with 9 steals already this season since joining the Blue Jays. He also picked up his first big league triple. Mike Maddox talking to Yu Darvish through an interpreter on the bench, and looks like Darvish is done as he gets a handshake from the skipper, Ron Washington. And Darvish talking through his interpreter right back to Maddox, and Maddox is a terrific pitching coach. Of course, the older brother of Greg Maddox, but Mike understands what it takes to be successful as well. Looked like they may have been talking about the stolen base goes way back in that third inning. Rajay Davis had a couple of steals as well, and stolen base has been one area where Darvish has really been vulnerable. Brandon Lyon closed out to 7. Ian Kinsler go after the first pitch. He hit into a inning-ending fielder's choice. Boy, Lyons done a great job for the Blue Jays. The strikeout has been huge for Lyons since he's joined the ball club.
It's been rather insane.
There's another one for Brandon Lyon. That's his 22nd strikeout. And looks like John Farrell got something on his mind. He's got bullpen going. He's got Aaron Luke. Take a look at this last pitch to Elvis Andrus. Looked like Jeff Mathis might have been fooled by the pitch, as was Andrus. So Lyon strikes out Elvis Andrus. He'll hand the ball over. to John Farrell, who will in turn pass it on to Aaron Luke. The left-hander Luke will come in to face Josh Hamilton. It's a one-run game. One out, top of the eighth. Will be Aaron Luke, the rookie left-hander, making his 14th appearance of the season, and he has really handled left-handed batters. They've hit just 107 against him, and that's what he's dealing with now. Josh Hamilton at the plate.
Not too bad against the righties either.
Hamilton has hit 283 against lefty pitching. He's also hit 9 of his 34 home runs against left-handers. It's a one-run game, 3-2 Blue Jays lead. John Farrell matching up his bullpen with a very potent Rangers lineup. Is that good breaking ball? That's the old neutralizer for Aaron Luke.
As a left-hand hitter, that looks like it's starting right at you. Luke has that pretty severe crossfire where he lands on the first base side of the hill.
He's way outside. 2-2 to Josh Hamilton.
I think Jared Weaver of the Angels might have the largest crossfire in the game, but this is pretty close.
There it is. The ball gets away from Mathis. Gets on it quickly, and Cooper. What a job by David Cooper. He took his stretch, got his foot planted on the base, and then helped out Jeff Mathis by scooping that low throw.
Jeff Mathis has received a couple of strikeout pitches here in the inning in not your finest fashion. And David Cooper just continues to shine at first base. A guy that hasn't really come to the big leagues with a glowing report about his defensive side of the game.
So Luke strikes out of Hamilton with an assist from Mathis and Cooper. So he gets his man. Now John Farrell continues to match up the right-hander Brad Lincoln on to face Adrian Beltre. 2 outs. Beltre, the right-hander, standing on deck. He'll bat when we come back. Hamilton for the second out of the inning. It's a big breaking ball, and Jeff Mathis has to retrieve it quickly and make a strong throw to first.
It was that backhanded effort on the ball to the lower left side. That's where you really want to turn the glove the other direction. Jeff has had a couple of pitches really eat him up here in the inning. And in each case, the strikeout pitches. Brad Lincoln 4-2. That's on his entire season. Of course, a lot of that with the Pittsburgh Pirates. 3.16 the ERA. And a guy who has been very good as a reliever.
Lincoln last worked on Wednesday night against the White Sox. First pitch breaking ball. Lincoln gave up a 3-run home run to Adam Dunn in a 4-4 game. Game in the 7th inning. And he would then later give up a 2-run home run to Diane Viciedo, a 5-run 7th inning for Chicago. But he's on right now trying to protect a 1-run lead. Broken back. Little flare into left. That's going to drop safely, and Rajay Davis swipes at it and comes up with it. So Beltre gets a broken bat 2-out single off Brad Lincoln.
As an outfielder, when you start swiping at a ball like that, it's all well and fine when you come up with it, but sometimes you drop a highlight job on it and the ball goes flying somewhere. That could cause some big problems.
Beltre with that big swing, you see his bat shattered. He still had the handle of his bat when he rounded first. Michael Young. Young's gone 1 for 3 tonight, scored a run. Beltre's broken bat hit, just the 4th Ranger hit of the night. Young hits it towards second. Kelly Johnson's there. And Brad Lincoln gets out of the 8th inning. Blue Jays bullpen doing a job protecting that 1-run lead. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. It's a 3-2 Jays lead. Now it's time for a Blue Jays Central update. Here's Jamie Campbell in the Blackberry Broadcast Studios. Get Sportsnet's live coverage of the Blue Jays. Watch the action live all season from your smartphone. Download the Rogers Live app from your app store. The crowd on hand tonight, 26,816, and they'll watch the right-hander Alexi Ogando come into the ball game for the 43rd time this season, and this has been a real strength of the Rangers club all year long, the back end of their bullpen.
Right-hand hitters getting destroyed, but the Blue Jays have 2 left-handed bats coming up here in the inning.
Anthony Gose has been on base twice. Goes after that first pitch and fights it off. Gose got hit by a pitch in the 3rd and had a broken bat triple in the 5th. His first big league triple. Ghost hit 10 triples in Las Vegas and 18 doubles, 10 triples and 5 home runs.
I think Anthony said, wow, as that fastball went by him. He might have gotten fooled. Maybe didn't see it well.
.98 miles an hour. He didn't see a lot of those in Las Vegas.
Yeah, that kind of cheese is hard to pick up.
Hard breaking ball and goes strikes out. Ogando drops the breaking ball. It's the first out, bottom of the 8th.
The all-new 2012 Honda CR-V. Yeah, it does that. Honda, the official vehicle of the Toronto Blue Jays.
Rajai Davis had an RBI single in the 5th. He's got 1 for 3. He's also picked up 2 stolen bases tonight. It's a good slider from Ogando. Oh, and 2. .99 on the radar gun from Ogando. That should be illegal. You can't throw 99 and have a great slider at the same time.
No, you're right. And it looks so comfy on television. You get up to home plate and it's just a streak blowing by.
Rajai Davis shoots it to left field. Murphy back in front of the warning track makes the catch. 2 down. Jansen scored the first run of the ball game after he drew a 1-out walk in the 1st. Scored on Edwin Encarnacion's 31st home run of the season. Think Ogando's loose yet?
He's getting there rather quickly.
Well, what a good arm. Well, you've got Ogando and then Mike Adams, who has that wicked breaking ball, and then Joe Nathan, who's got everything. Nathan has a great season going as the closer for Texas.
You ever find yourself coming to the plate, a guy's bringing this kind of stuff, and the hitter who precedes you comes walking back to the dugout, and you hear him utter, he's got nothing.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, yeah, exactly.
Looks pretty good to me. 0-2, 2 outs. Kelly Jansen rips it down the right field line, and that bounces over the wall for a ground rule double. He turned around that 98-mile-an-hour fastball. His 15th double of the season.
Ogando might have been saying how'd he hit that, but left up a little bit here. Up can be very effective with that kind of fastball, so I don't want to say that that's the wrong spot, but Kelly Jansen obviously letting it wheel right there.
Well, Mike Maddox quickly out of the dugout, going to have a chat with Ogando.
Love that Mike Maddox style, that father to son, that right hand always goes on the shoulder.
Now he's got Edwin Encarnacion at the plate. I'm sure they're going to be very careful. Looking back to the 1st, he got the Blue Jays off and running. His 2nd home run against Darvish this year. Home run number 31 for Encarnacion. That made it a 2-0 game right out of the chute.
That is one tremendous hitter this year.
So now Mike McCoy takes over as a pinch runner at second base for Kelly Jansen. Kelly Jansen with a 2-out double, a line shot that bounced over the wall and right.
Early in the season, while Kelly Jansen still had everything glued together properly, he was running the bases very well.
Tim Sheeter wanted to make sure he had the player correct as he puts Mike McCoy on his scorecard. Now they're going to walk Encarnacion.
I think you'd be a fool not to. Even as good as David Cooper has been with the bat, Edwin is just the guy that I think in every clubhouse they say right now, we're not going to let this guy beat us.
Yeah, and this is the right play. I don't care how good your pitcher is. You say Blue Jay fans wanted to see Edwin hit. Of course, that's what John Farrell would like to see too, but that's not going to happen.
Thing is, you can say all you want, we're not going to let this guy beat you, but sometimes you get beat in the first inning as Edwin dropped that 2-run homer in the first.
David Cooper, the cleanup batter, has a 5-game hit streak on the line, and he has really been swinging the bat well lately on this homestand.
A lot of line drives both ways. Extra base hits, game winner. I think it's been a great growing experience for David. I think it's also been great for the organization to see that David can swing the bat like this on the big league level.
Cooper is 0 for 3 tonight. That might have been the best one he has to hit. That fastball on the first pitch. He has been an exceptional hitter late in the ballgame.
Some guys just like to see one, but when you let one slip by like that, you may not get another even close to that kind of location.
Bouncing ball up the middle. Kinsler to Andrews. That ends the inning. The Blue Jays get a couple on, but strand a pair. Casey Jansen will come on to try to pick up the save. Jansen's been terrific since moved into the closer's role. Straight save streak snapped on Monday when he gave up a leadoff home run to Adam Dunn, who tied the game up at 2-2. Blue Jays would win it in 11. Jansen pitched in last night's game, had a very good inning. Just 7 pitches. Mike McCoy came on as a pinch runner. He takes over defensively at second. Jansen quickly ahead of David Murphy. Oh, and 2.
Boy, that's just jumping on the strike zone.
Strikes and you're out. 1 down here in the top of the 9th. Now for a preview of what's coming up on Connected. Here's Brad Fay and Ryan Leslie. Casey Jansen pouring that ball in the strike zone. 4 straight strikes. Gets ahead of Giovanni Soto. No swing, says Jeff Nelson.
I'd like to see that from the side. I felt like the bat got through there.
Ball on the strike. Sheehan didn't like that pitch, felt it was low. It's 2-1. Three and 1. Nelson Cruz came into the ball game as a pinch hitter in the 7th. He walked. He's on deck. Popped up. Shallow center field. Escobar out. Ghost coming in, and Ghost makes the catch. Escobar's got to get out of the way. That's an outfielder's play, and Ghost had called for it. And Escobar was all the way out there in center field.
I've joked about Escobar never seeing a pop fly that he didn't like, but Anthony's got to make sure he's sounding off enough that the infielder, whoever it happens to be, gets out of the way. And I don't know how much Anthony was letting Escobar know.
2 outs. The dangerous Nelson Cruz. Not too far, according to Sheeta. Cruz can't believe it. Starting arguing with the umpire, but Tim Sheeta never hesitated. He called it right away that Cruz had committed.
Did he? Big, strong guy. They always feel like they hold the bat back. Casey Jansen had a previous check swing in the inning, a close pitch at the knees, didn't get either one, and just appears to be unfazed.
2 outs. Bouncing ball. This should do it. McCoy at second. Game over. Casey Jansen picks up his 16th save, and he preserves the win for Jay Happ, who was terrific.
Blue Jays pick up just their 5th win in 19 games now. And a nice way to start things against the Texas Rangers. Casey Jansen was outstanding, just blowing up that strike zone, and Jay Happ had himself a night.
Another 1-2-3 save for Casey Jansen. The bullpen was great. We'll be back here tomorrow afternoon. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for Connected. Here's Brad Fay and Ryan Leslie.